Have you ever wondered what a building would look like if artists were given free rein to carve, paint, and craft however they saw fit? Hi everyone, Ken here. Hit that subscribe button and let's explore this house. In 1860, Swan Turnblad was born into a family of struggling farmers in Sweden. At 8 years old, his family immigrated to America in search of a better life, settling among fellow Swedish families in Vasa Township, Minnesota. Swan's early years mirrored those of many immigrant families. He attended local schools, labored on the family farm, and eventually began teaching to help make ends meet. But his aspirations stretched far beyond his humble way of life. At 19, he moved to Minneapolis, a bustling city for Swedish immigrants, where he first found work as a typesetter at a Swedish-language newspaper. In the lively print shops, he discovered a passion for the written word and an aptitude for the printing trade. In 1883, he married fellow immigrant Christina Nilsson, and the two welcomed a daughter, Lillian, the very next year. Then in 1887, Swan took the helm of a struggling Swedish-language newspaper. With a keen eye for innovation, he transformed it into a powerful voice for Swedish-Americans, implementing linotype machines, rotary presses, and adding political cartoons and color illustrations. He not only brought the paper back to life, but increased circulation from a mere 1,400 subscribers to a record 40,000 by the end of the century. His paper's success became a pillar of his wealth, securing his place as a significant figure in Minnesota's Swedish community. Swan's success fueled his ambition, and in 1903, he commissioned a grand mansion on Park Avenue designed in the Châteauesque style by the Minneapolis firm Bowman Cordella. This 33-room marvel became one of Minneapolis's grandest residences and a monument to Swan's rising status. Construction dragged on for years as mature trees were brought to the lot and arranged in a manner that gave the house a feeling of legacy. Stonemasons worked tirelessly, carving intricate details into the limestone walls. As we look closely, we'll find gargoyles grotesquely jutting out from the corners, horses appearing to break free from the stone blocks in dramatic fashion with their manes tussling about, and various other intricate features from tinsel molding to lions' heads spitting rainwater into the copper downspouts. When we take a step back, all of these tiny details come together to create a truly awe-inspiring blend of art and architecture, though what we have seen so far pales in comparison to what lies beyond its front door. As we begin exploring the mansion, we'll see a good mix of both color and black and white photos to give us the best idea of how the house appeared in its prime. Swinging open the vestibule doors, we arrive in the Great Hall, where the fireplace's upper mantel soars 2 stories overhead. To the far end of the Great Hall is the grand staircase. Let's move closer for a better look. Wood griffins mark the newelpost, boasting intricate carvings framing cartouches on each face. As our eyes continue upward, we see an incredible painted glass window telling a story of days gone by. Continuing up, the plaster ceiling spanning the landing has been delicately painted in vibrant colors, with bits of it boasting gilding. But perhaps that is getting a bit ahead. Let's go back down to the first floor to find many more decadent spaces. The dining room is clad floor to ceiling in rich woodwork, with tapered pilasters giving the room a unique and distinctive flair. Centered on the table, the Inglenook invites us to sit and enjoy a raging fire on those cold Minnesota nights. We can take one last look at this space, admiring how all the small details contribute to the whole. Nearby we'll find the white and gold salon, doubling as the drawing room, once again adding a touch of painted plasterwork up on the ceiling and in the frieze, just as we saw in the Great Hall. As we continue exploring the mansion's many elegant rooms, we come across the ballroom, where we can imagine dozens of Swan's guests gathering in front of the stage to enjoy live performances. Though for more general events, the music room is where the pianist would have gently played as guests wander through the halls socializing. The music room combines several of the elements we have seen so far, from rich woodwork to ornate plaster ceilings, and introduces a festoon frieze, a decorative theme that carries over to the breakfast room, boasting festoon paneling. Though unlike the music room, it is painted in an eggshell white with subtle but impactful gold accents. Now for something completely different, the Moorish Den. Finished out with dazzling geometric displays and motifs unlike any we have seen so far in the house, the den has an air all its own. With some imagination, we can picture men gathered at the pool table in the billiard room following a formal dinner, perhaps retreating shortly after to the smoking room to enjoy some fine cigars away from the other guests. Let's now return to the grand staircase and make our way up to the second floor to see a few more rooms. We'll start with the library, boasting half-height glass-paned bookcases sweeping the room's perimeter. Here the ceiling is painted in a soft blue and paired with creamy walls and light woodwork. As we turn around, let's head through the door at the end of the library. Pulling back the curtains, we find the reading room, with floor-to-ceiling bookcases tempting us to hide away and slip into a good book, which would be easy to imagine doing so, especially in the comfort of overstuffed chairs curled up next to the fireplace. The mansion continues on with several bedrooms, each one as magnificent as the last, and with so much artistry involved in crafting the house, perhaps what happens next in our story was only appropriate. In 1929, Swan turned his grand mansion into the American Institute for Swedish Art, Literature, and Science, a place where future generations could connect with their Swedish roots. The institution, later known as the American Swedish Institute, continues to stand to this day, largely intact, though some modifications have been made. What did you think about the Swan Turnblad Mansion? Let me know down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an exciting episode of This House.